Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Honda CM450 Cafe Racer project. So today we're going to be restoring the gas tank completely. We're going to be wiring the rear light and replacing the valve cover gasket. We're basically done with this build and it's so exciting, so stay tuned. So as you've seen, I'm sure, the gas tank needs a lot of work, so we're going to have to disassemble, prep it, we're going to remove all the paint, we're going to have to remove all the dents, and then we'll prime it and get it ready for the actual paint job. Here we are replacing the petcock O-ring. I like to do that anytime I have access to these rubber parts. They just break down over time and it's a good idea to replace them on these old bikes. This aircraft remover stuff worked so well for me. It took the paint right off, so if any of you guys are trying to strip paint, I highly recommend using this stuff. So I ended up letting the gas tank sit for a little bit longer to let the aircraft remover really do its job. And while I was waiting for that, I decided to install the rear lights on the motorcycle. This install actually ended up going pretty smoothly, except for the fact that the brake switch on my front brake lever was broken. I realized that after installing this. Luckily we had an extra switch, so I was able to just swap the broken one for the new one and get it working again. So we let the aircraft remover sit for about another hour on the gas tank and that took the paint right off. Now we're just doing some last minute cleaning and then we'll do some sanding to prep it for dent removal. Also, if you enjoy my motorcycle builds, make sure to like the video. It really helps me and the channel out. So during this building process, I actually decided that I'm going to leave the dents that are bonded as they are, and I'm just going to remove the one big dent that's on the left side of the gas tank, as you can see here. So while I was waiting for the stud welder to come in to be able to fix the gas tank dent, I decided to replace the valve cover gasket because we were having a little bit of oil seep out of the valve cover. So after looking through the manual, I couldn't actually find a torque spec setting for these valve cover bolts, and it turns out they actually bottom out, and so you bottom it out, and then once you feel it stop, you give it a snug, and that's to spec according to the manual. Alright, we finally got our stud welder, so let's get this dent out of the gas tank. So we actually got like 95% of the dent pulled out, but it's not perfectly smooth. So now we're going to just use Bondo to smooth out the surface to make sure you can't see any of it in the paint. So while I was waiting in between coats, I decided to get the Mach 5 decals put on the side panels, and it really brings this whole Speed Racer theme together. I'm really hyped on how those look. Before you say anything, I know these Honda decals are backwards. I decided I wanted to do it a little bit differently on this build. I like to make my builds unique, and we decided to do it this way. Make sure you guys stay to the end of the video to see the full reveal shots of the bike completely put together and finished. Alright, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Stay tuned for next episode. We're going to just be knocking off a few minor things on this build before we take it out for the maiden voyage, if you will. If you want to support me and the channel, you can become a member by clicking the join button or getting some merch. Link is in the description. If you missed any of the latest episodes on this playlist, I'll put those up on the screen. And then lastly, if I can build a bike, then so can you guys. Cheers.